Hey folks, and welcome to my comic slash manga wrap up in TBR. Gotta remember that the bit about the TBR. Now, this is going to be part 1, and I'll add more parts to it later. The first one, the only thing I'm going to show you today is this. This is Leiji Matsumoto's Captain Harlock. The Classic Collection, Volume 2. Wait, I'll make this a bit bigger. Higher. Yeah, Volume 2. I borrowed this from my friend, and he might arrive this week to come and take it back, so I wanted to put it in my wrap-up while I still could, instead of adding pictures later. So yes, this is the second volume. So I'll leave a link to my thoughts video in the card here if anyone wants to check that out. But I could definitely see, especially after reading this one, like I said in my thoughts video, why people like it so much. It has a certain charm to it, and it is interesting. I do look forward to finally receiving the third volume from him and finishing the story. I am dying to know how it's going to end. It's kind of funny that the first volume is the longest. And I mean, these are also pretty long, but I read it in like 2 days because it's just so easy to get through. It just flows together. Yeah, so this was great. And yeah, that's about it for the first part. I will add some more later on. Because I usually, I gather a bunch of comics before I make a wrap-up. No point in doing one for 1 or 2. Alright, so I'll see you all in the next part. Bye. Not bye. I'll see you next part. Alright, part 2. And car noises. Now, I have more borrowed stuff from my friend, which I'll need to return to him. Long before I actually do the rest of the wrap-up. So, okay. We got, there we go. Wait. So, we got Captain Harlock, the Classic Collection, Volume 3, by Leiji Matsumoto. There we go. I read now all 3 parts of the classic, thanks to my friend for letting me borrow this. Some hair. It's been something. I have a thoughts video if you want to check that out. I'll probably link it in the. You know what? I'll leave it. It's there if you want to see it. Yeah. Yeah, so this was, I enjoyed it, but man, I was really hoping for a different ending. But I'm still glad I read the classic. I can't see why people like it as much as they do. It definitely has its charm to it. And it was, after all, interesting. I was not bored reading this, that's for sure. So yeah, I read this, and this is going to be going back to my friend soon. Now, the other thing I borrowed from him, I don't remember if I showed it on the channel or not. Maybe I did. Maybe I showed it on the haul. And that is Thunderstrike. Oh, yeah, this, that's by 7 Seas Publishing. Right, so the other thing I borrowed is Thunderstrike by Marvel. This is the first issue. Aw, man, this has been awesome. And I've also learned that there's a trade paperback. Oh man, I hope I can get it. I loved this story. It was awesome to read. I really enjoyed it. I might make a thoughts video about this, so you'll definitely see that before this. We'll see though. But I won't be able to open it again. I mean, I can't open it again. I don't want to. Because it's not mine, and I was reading it with gloves. Because I didn't want to leave sweaty fingerprints on it. Obviously, if it was mine, I wouldn't really care, but it's not mine. Yeah, but this was a great story. I really enjoyed it. I love his look, and now I know who Thunderstrike is. Because when my friend showed me when he bought this, I thought, is this like Thor but differently? No, not exactly. But yeah, this is fucking awesome. I loved it. Great read. I hope I can find that trade paperback because it's something I'd love to read. I'd love to see how the story concluded. Excellent. Yeah, right. Yeah. So that's it for now. I'll see you all in part 3, which will be the last part to this because I'm not borrowing anything else from my friend. At least not in the meantime. So that's it. See you then. Alright, third and final part of this wrap up. There might be a bit of background noise. Sorry about that. Alright, now I'm going to show you now the rest of the comics and manga that I've read in the last almost 3 months, I would say. For the 2 you saw in the first 2 parts, I already mentioned I had to return them. Anyway, let's begin. So we have this Card Captor Sakura Clear Card by Clamp, which I already showed. It's a group publishing house of ladies who made Sakura. This is a continuation series from the first series of Card Captor Sakura. I really love this one. I made a thoughts video about this. I'll leave a link to a card up top to my thoughts video list if you want to see. I'll need to leave 2 of those actually. Anyway, I'll see about that. So this was great. I definitely want to get some more later on and read them. But so many things you want to read, so little money and time. And I'll get to that. Just a moment, please. Need to dig out the rest of it. Alright. Next we'll go with... alright. Should have set this up better. Alright. Wait, this is volume 1. Alright, next we have... I've been reading for the past 2 months, really. Now, this is Akira #1 by Katsuhiro Otomo. This is a sci-fi series, a really well-known one. Some of you might have heard of the movie and probably watched it. So I got, almost 3 months as well ago, I got the whole series. For 200 shekels, the whole 6 giant volumes, which is quite a good price, quite the bargain, as I mentioned in the past. And I've been reading them. Currently I'm on volume 4. So I read volume 1. It was great. I read volume 2. Which out of all of these, this is the shortest one out of all of them. And I'm loving this story. It's fucking awesome. Very intriguing as well. And not as well. It's fascinating. I'm dying to see where it's going to continue to. And volume 3. Well, I don't want to take too long on these because these videos are going to be long. Alright. Next we have I reread Alita Battle Angel Alita. I reread it again by Yukito Kishiro. I think that's the writer. Volume 1. It was buried, but I dug it out for our stream on the Comic Book G-Spots channel. My theme was going to be Alita, so I reread it. I was happy to reread it again, remember some stuff. What I forgot was that Alita is not actually called Alita. It was going to be Ghana, and she was called Gally. She was called Gally. But they changed it back then for the English reading audience to make it easier on them. Now, they don't really do that anymore because people don't have a problem these days. They tried their best to, pronounce it. That's not a big deal. Well, maybe some things, they still change to English, but some things they don't. Suppose Bleach might be one of them. Unless it was called Bleach. Anyway, I don't know. But yeah, it would have been interesting if they kept Yali in Ghana. I don't know. I think it was I don't remember what it was meant. I think it meant gun. Maybe a dream gun. I'll need to look for that page again. So yeah, it was great to reread that again. And I've ordered. It's actually already arrived. I ordered volume 2. Now this is the deluxe editions. I looked on previews, and there are just regular editions. Where it's more manga. Now, these are more expensive. They're hardcover, but at least then they have 2 volumes combined into one, which I think is probably a better idea for me to buy these. Even though I'm really not a fan of hardcovers. But what to do? Alright, next we have the comics, which will be somewhat in order of how I read them. So first we have Kanto 2, The Hollow Men, Issue 2. Issue 2 by IDW. I've finally finished reading the second series of Kanto. But I'm kind of bummed because now we have to wait for series 3. As the story didn't fully end. Man, I'm done. I really hope it comes out next year at the very least. At the latest, I mean. There we go. We got issue 3 of Kanto 2 and the Hollow Men. Oh man, this one was something. I won't be keeping the single issues for long though. Oh, got a little bended. I'll only keep them until I buy trade paperback. I think I already ordered one. Okay, this is issue 4. Check out that mountain. And, alright, and this was a one-shot, Kanto and the Clockwork Fairies. I have a little bit, bits of the world. There's more to come. This one was really neat. Oh, this one, that one I'm definitely keeping, because there's no, I don't think it's going to come out in the trade paperback. Next, this is issue 5, so the last one. I love this one just as much as I did the first one. Oh man, I'm dying to see how they're going to conclude the story. It was very good. Alright, next we have, a graphic novel. Right? Yeah, graphic novel. This is a graphic novel. This is by Transformers Bumblebee. Yeah, original graphic novel. When it you drive. I think it says drive. This is a story about Bumblebee, a short one. It didn't have that much to it, so I didn't make a thoughts video on it. I just didn't know really what to say. So it's Bumblebee. He's been injured after a fight with the Decepticons, and so he's been fixed since. And now they're testing him at the beginning, how he's doing, how are his performances. He wants to go back on the field, but Optimus is very concerned about him and wants him to just, do test drives. So he drives, I don't remember where it was, but somewhere else. And he happens to see a race between 2 vehicles. And one vehicle's trying to push the other off the road. There's a young guy in there. He's in high school. Yeah, a young teenage boy in there. Bumblebee saves him from falling off a cliff. While the other car drives away. They, they get to know each other. His mom works in the military. She's an engineer of weapons. And as it turns out, that other car that almost killed the guy, Mateo. Yeah, Mateo is his name. It was a Decepticon. Decepticons are trying to kidnap the mom because she designed this new airplane, this new metal that can go undetected towards the enemy lines. It was designed to fight the Decepticons, actually, or maybe even the Transformers. All the military is, I suppose, in stories. They always want some new weapon. So, what happens here as well, before there's a big conference with everyone coming to see the model, they kidnap the mom, while Bumblebee and Mattel, makes Mattel go to the prom. Also, Mattel was born without one foot, without one leg, and one arm. So his mom designed him some other parts. They worked on them together. And at one point, he almost loses a leg when they go to investigate who's this mysterious car. Because Mattel thinks it's just another guy. He's not going to assume it's a Decepticon. And if he had a leg, a real one instead of a fake one, that would have been broken and crushed. Ugh, not pleasant. But everything's alright. They saved the day. There's a whole moral here of you don't have to be the best. You just have to be. You just have to have your moment. Your right moment. And it was very nice, very wholesome. I enjoyed that one. I don't think I'll be rereading it, though. It's kind of one of those for me where I read it once, I don't need to reread it again. And again, there wasn't that much there that I felt like I could really talk about. Next, I read Hellboy Animated Phantom Limbs by Dark Horse Comics. Oh, this one was great. It's a cute little comic. It's got how Hellboy and Liz are in the animation. I did watch a bit of the animated ones. I really need to find those and rewatch. Fully watch them now. I enjoyed the story. It was nice. I love the art style in here. You see? I got Hellboy. There's Liz. I love Liz's look here. Look at the Phantom Limbs. Great story. Great story. Next, I read Berserker, #1 by Boom Studios. This was awesome. Issue 2 is waiting for me in the store. I look forward to see how it continues. This was awesome. Just awesome. Fucking great. Alright, next I read An Unkindness of Ravens by Boom Studios as well, issue 5. I don't know how many issues are supposed to be for this series, but I do think this isn't the end. It doesn't say the end. Oh, things are are unfolding as we continue. Poor Wilma. Poor Wilma. I'm also looking forward to see how this is going to continue. Next, I read Young Hellboy issue 1 by Dark Horse Comics. It's interesting, the Dark Horse decided to change their logo. I think maybe this is their old logo. I think. So this is a story. So these are adventures of young Hellboy. Hellboy when he was a kid with a professor. It's awesome. It's so cute and wholesome. And it's got adventures and weird shit, which I love. And it's Hellboy, come on. I love me some Hellboy. And last thing is I read Pop issue 1 by Dark Horse Comics. It's one of the comic books I got from League of Rock Comics. It was good. It was did have some interesting stuff in it. Pretty good. If it has a trade paperback, I might check it out at some point. This came out in 2014. And it's, well, I hope it has a trade paperback. I'll check to see. And in that case, I might keep this issue until because I would like to see how the story would conclude. It was quite a bizarre one, and I like some bizarre. Alright, and that's it. These are all the comics I forgot to bring what I'm gonna read next. So I'll have to skip it this time around, but this is already gonna be a pretty long video, so I think we're good. Alright, so that is it, folks. That's what I've read since I've last shown you what I've read. Let me know if you've read any of these. What did you think of them? What are you planning to read or currently reading? And that is it. Till next time, remember, collect what you're passionate about and share it on YouTube. Bye!